guys, welcome to Frolfcenter. My name's Cody. I'm here with Adam. It is November 4th, 2021, and congratulations to the Braves,
the champions of the world.
Yep. We got a great episode for you guys tonight, but make sure you go to that YouTube channel and tap that subscribe button, please, for us. That's all we ask. That's all we ask of our watchers.
Yes, it helps. It helps a lot. Yeah, thanks again to the Braves for winning the World Series, so I can finally talk about baseball with my friends. And also, like, I don't know, we talk about the Frolfer bump a lot on this show. Like, people come on the show and good luck happens. Like, this is the first year we made a Braves hat, and they won the World Series. So I don't know if we got to make like an Atlanta United hat next year so they can win the MLS Cup. Yeah, maybe we just do that. Maybe that's the move. So maybe the Frolfer bump's real. Maybe it's not. I don't know.
So our guest tonight, I'll let Adam get to it, but he is in the Triangle area up here in Durham and Raleigh. If you guys aren't busy, next Friday, I'm going to be running Glow Golf at Forest Hills in Durham. Come out, join us. I got these awesome lights that I don't have next to me. It's going to be a great time.
Yeah, you got the fun, like, disco lights.
Adam, how are you?
I'm good, man. And you're going to have fresh new Frolfer gear to give away during this Glow thing, too. So I'm going to send you a box next week as soon as the new hats come in. So I am well. We've got a couple of things in Atlanta. We got to talk about the ADGO Bag Tag Finale at Redan on November 14th. You can start signing up on November 5th, which is Friday at noon. You have a week to sign up. Please make sure you go to Disc Golf Scene and your bag tag that you have in your hand matches the one in Disc Golf Scene before you sign up for the tournament. If you show up and it's not right, you're going home. Can't do it. Sorry. The gals fall frenzies this week. Shout out to the girls because they do a really good job. I wish I could be there, but I've got other things going on. And the Cab Memorial Course, still trying to raise money. On November 13th, there's the Fall Frolic. It's going to be a random draw putting contest, putting tournament. That's going to be, again, November 13th. That raises money for the course. I think they're up over like $9,000 now toward the $55,000 they got to get that course put in. But everything else is done. We just need the cash. It's literally just like take a pile of cash, throw it at this park, and the course is in. So that's all we got to do. We got the easy thing now. So please help those guys out if you can.
I think we might have to auction something off for them on the podcast one night.
I think so too. I've got an idea for a $100 hat, like where we just make a bunch of $100 hats. Yeah, something crazy like that. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Anyway, tonight's guest is one of Discraft's up-and-coming pros. He's a promising young dude. He is also now hooked up with Scott Stokely, and he's teaching the Scott Stokely method of disc golf, which is a very intense clinic. We're going to talk all about it here in a couple of minutes. It's a North Carolinian, another Southern guy, Mr. Philip Bartholomew.
What up?
What up, dude?
What's up, boys? How y'all doing?
Good. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing really well. Yeah, hanging out at the parents' house, ate some good home-cooked food, so no complaint.
Ooh, yeah, that's good stuff right there. Philip, thanks again for coming on the show. We love having you on. You already told us the story of how you got into disc golf. What about your last time you played and any upcoming tournaments you got coming up?
Yeah, 3 upcoming tournaments, ending the year pretty mellow, and we'll see how many of them I actually get to. So first one this weekend, Matt Keith Memorial. We call it the Matt Cleats because it's going to be super muddy, so make sure to bring your cleats out. I'll practice it on Friday in cleats just in case. I got to be ready.
Like Ottawa up here, yeah.
It's wild. It's wild, but it's cool. Nathan Queen's good enough to not play in cleats and still win. So he's not playing this year, but he's beat me in the past just walking out there in some tennis shoes.
Oh, geez. He's probably busy signing autographs this year. He can't.
I know, right? Yeah. Well, he's playing the A tier at Myrtle Beach, which I like dropped out of that. I was like, you know what? I'd rather have a nice casual end to my year. And yeah, I've got Craven Chains, which is a classic, like kind of Eastern tournament at the end of the year, December. Used to be in August, but hurricane season kind of got crazy here. Always has been. And then what am I finishing out with? Oh yeah, Peachtree. Peachtree is it's going on its 3rd year now. It's I've won it the past 2 years, so we'll see if I can three-peat. Came down to the wire last year.
We're looking down for the three-peat. Calling it now?
Yeah, of course. Duh.
Of course, yeah.
It's a golf course and it's wide open, so you know it's some kind of plays to my strengths in some ways.
Yeah, sure.
So I think
read the wind and throw. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was close to a year ago we last talked to you. what's any new bag since then? Any new molds or anything like that?
For sure. Yeah. I put the Onyx in my bag. So I used to be that like only guy that throws the Avenger type guy. And it just was hard to come by. And so the Onyx is very, very similar. And I was afraid that, when you put too many discs in your bag and then you've got one Avenger like one Onyx. So I just made the complete switch and I bought the limited edition ones at Green Mountain Championship. And yeah, I was hooked. And unfortunately, that turned out like a horrible story.
Really?
Well, I threw them in the field, down like it wasn't as windy, I guess, or the elevation was very flat. And I was throwing them. I'm like, these things it's like a force, basically, super overstable. So I get out there, final round. I made the cut the day before. And I was like, this would be great. I'll just go out there and throw them on like every hole. And it was just super stiff wind. They weren't holding. I was throwing them on Anheuser's and they were just turning over. I was like, oh man,
this is not going to work. This is not what I signed up for.
Not a good round. I took out all my other discs. I was like, I'm just using the Onyx today. So I really like the Onyx. And other than that, man, I've been throwing the Buzz a lot recently. I'm a big fan of the Comet, but I've been throwing the Buzz a lot.
Something a little stiffer, right? A little more stable.
It's got a little more stability. Yeah, I can just kind of. I'm sure we'll talk about it, but I've been having a little bit of issues with my disc golf game. So just something that I can throw flat. I've been throwing flat shots like a lot this year, which is not usually my bread and butter. I like to throw everything on hyzer just because I grew up in the woods and it's an easy angle to hit and you can control a lot of hyzer flips and stuff like that. But this year's been different for sure.
It's literally like you're reading the script because that was our next question. But real quick before we get to that, Philip's little student Ethan says, "What up?"
Yo, what's up, Ethan? Oh, what's up, Brandon Kuhn? Let's go.
They chimed in on the chat. So, if you guys have any questions for Philip, throw them in the chat. We'll throw them on the screen. We'll see what we get. But yeah, we were just saying you've had a kind of a big year despite being hurt. Can you tell us what happened?
So a big year because a few years back I found my real talent in disc golf, which is being a teacher. Not only is it the personality type, I'm good with people. I'm patient. I enjoy teaching. I really love disc golf. I've taken the ambassador role very seriously. On the other side of that, I do believe that I understand the mechanics of a disc golf throw better than 90% of the people in the world, if not more.
You got the magic intangible thing, right?
Sure. And I think there's a lot to be said about the thing. And what the thing isn't is, the content creator that has to make something new every week, right? It's because we teach something simple, whether it be how to shoot a free throw, how to throw a baseball, there's one way to do that. And so that's what we're trying to do in disc golf is there's one right way to throw. There's some variations, different body types, of course, but there's just one right way to do it. And that's what we're preaching these days.
Right. What are you doing? What's with the injury right now? What hurts or what hurt? Where are you at with all that?
Yeah. So it's been going on for like 3 years actually, but I was in incredible shape 2 years ago and COVID kind of set me back like 20 pounds.
Yeah, I think everybody's got it.
Right. Yeah. So I can't confirm or deny what it is. I've had quite a few doctors look at it. One doctor thought it was arthritis in my hips. That's totally wrong. I've got like this growth of some sort in my thigh. We'll just say hamstring, glute, hip flexor. It's growing up into that area.
It's like a bone spur sort of situation, or
it's more like a tumor, like a fat growth.
Oh, okay.
Like hopefully like some type of benign situation. They're called like a lipoma, but it's easier just to say tumor because everyone knows what that is.
It's a lot of stuff's not supposed to be there. Yeah,
exactly. So it's just been we're talking about stability is huge in disc golf, being able to control your body. And so with that being in my left leg, that's kind of the side of the body that you hit with for your throw. Because, you don't want the right side of your body pulling too much. You really want to like create rotation. And then on the forehand, it's the same thing. It's the plant leg. So my forehand has just been, it's affecting both shots, whether I'm planting on it and not getting a consistent plant just because my body gives out, or backhand, hyzer, we're hinging at the hips. I'm bent over and that part of my body does not like that position. So I go to throw and I like stand up. And like if you're throwing hyzer and then you stand up,
guess what? Yeah. You're gonna have a bad score. That's a crooked number for sure.
Yeah. So that's been my struggle. Silver lining though, for sure. Like mentally getting through this year. And Scott's been amazing for that, just helping me out, whether it be like emotionally, financially, just, telling me it's going to be all right.
He has seen some stuff. He knows it's going to be all right. Yeah.
Yeah. And I believe in him and he believes in me. So it's just been awesome to have him in my circle, or kind of in my corner this year, just to get through it all. And now that we're into the end of the year, I'm starting to book up some appointments with doctors and get it looked at and taken care of and just removed moving forward.
Yeah. Do you do any cross training for that specifically, or any rehabbing that you do at home? You got exercises you can work around it?
I mean, like, I own like everything that, basically exists under the sun that you could help with it. Massage guns, foam rollers, spiky
tiger balm, CBD cream. We're going to get into that later too.
Yeah. Like everything. There's just one plain hard fact. It's there. Yeah. And it doesn't.
Yeah.
It moves, but only when how it likes to move. And like, I don't like how it moves. So like, that's pretty much what it is, and not to harp on it. It's just been a thing. It's just something that I've had to deal with. So, but to overcome it, I think it's going to be huge in my disc golf game. And I'm really excited to like feel, 100% again, because it's been some time since that's been
and now, now you're learning from the man too. So it's going to be a complete new game. When you have everything underneath you, it's going to be fantastic. Yeah,
absolutely. So here, I have a question for you two.
Sure. Yeah.
I know you didn't read this on the script, but what's everybody drinking tonight? What beverage?
Yeah.
Ooh, I have a little Maker's Mark and ginger ale tonight.
All right. Very nice.
I went to Eventide Brewery in Atlanta, Georgia, right next to Ferguson Park, like 10 minutes away. I got a Midnight Hour Schwartz beer to start with, and then I've got this blood orange pale called Calypso Crush for number 2 there. What do you got?
I have only the best and most refreshing beer they've ever made in the world.
Oh, yeah.
And the ones are blue,
Tapping those Rockies, man. Tapping the Rockies.
Yeah, exactly.
I got to tell you a funny story. Cody got you and Raven Newsom confused today because I sent Raven a message. I'm like, hey, man, you want to come drink Chardonnay with us again? Because he drank Chardonnay on the show. And I was like,
I saw that episode too.
And so Cody goes, I think it was Phil drinking Chardonnay. I'm like, I don't think Phil was drinking Chardonnay. It might have been Dan Hastings on like New Year's Eve drinking Chardonnay or something.
No, okay. I'm a dry red kind of guy. The Cabernets and the Pinot Noirs,
not for me. You're like those. See, I'm like a Côte d'Or, like French dry reds. That's my move.
Okay, that might be above my pay grade, but
I don't know. I mean, when it's on someone else's paycheck, whatever.
Yeah. When I don't understand the words, that's what I assume.
Oh yeah, I can't pronounce it. I want it.
I love it. Well, anyway. Just had to get that conversation started.
So, I know we don't have too much of a off season in the South here.
Right.
But now that you're not hitting the road, what's your like day-to-day routine to get through the winter? Maybe more off the course than on the course.
Totally. So, off the course, I mean, I'm trying to get my diet back to a controllable point. Traveling was good and bad for that, right? There's the struggles when your refrigerator goes out and then you decide you're just going to have to fast food it for a month until you get back home to fix it or something like that. There's one thing. So, me and the lady, we're in between our apartment right now. We moved out in June and she's been waiting for me to get back all this time. So in November, we get a new place. And then I think the meal prepping and all the health care and we'll have a gym again. I got Plant Fitness membership, but that's kind of the stuff I want to do off season. Try to drop a couple pounds, maybe get into those 180s again. And it's just a lot of teaching. It's a lot of self-reflecting as well, trying to stay motivated. Every single day I'm trying to find new routines for myself to be in, and just have a purpose for everything that I do. Whether it be with disc golf or, with eating, it's all revolving around me being a better person. And then that'll help me thrive on the course and off the course.
That's it sounds like you've been hanging out with Scott Stokely a little bit.
Right.
I know, right? He's that positive guy. He's just like, if I'm not moving forward, I'm not moving forward. That sort of thing. So that's awesome.
I love that.
I want to know, you picked up a new sponsor. You've got Hempfield Botanicals that you're working with now. And I've got a couple of questions about that. I want to know how that happened. Did you approach them? Did they approach you?
So I was giving lessons to not at the time employee of Hempfield Botanicals, and then who became part of their campaigning efforts and marketing efforts for the disc golf scene, Disc Golf Pro Tour. And that just kind of naturally happened where he joined the company. I was giving him lessons, and he was like, hey, we're going to do some sponsorships, and we'd love to start with you. So that's exactly how it came about. I've been a huge propagator of CBD and the healing power of that plant. And so I've been taking it for years, and to be able to get, blessed with it for free.
Even better. And spreading the word too. And I was going to ask this question because Holly Finley came on. She's a CBD proponent earlier, but she really only talked about like salves and creams for recovery, but you've said some stuff about mental wellness with CBD as well, right? You use it full the entire gamut of their products.
Yeah, the whole spectrum of CBD. Obviously, I have a lot of physical issues currently. So yeah, the salve is great. The recovery, like post round, and being able to put some of that recovery on and like feeling it work, waking up the next morning, feeling loose and feeling nice. But then the other side of it, which I think a lot of disc golfers deal with, the on and off the course, like anxiety and depression and stuff like that, it really does help level that out. Amongst
like
other
yips,
things,
man.
right?
Those like the first tournament yips, those first putts of the day.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think everyone's going to have those. Like Paul talks about that. It's like, it's not that he doesn't have the yips or the nerve. He doesn't have yips, but the nervousness of a tournament, he embraces that. And
that's how he gets tuned up. It's like he's at altitude now,
Yeah, exactly. Literally, right?
He probably practices here so he knows where there is, kind of thing.
Yeah, no, I agree. And yeah, I think it's good. It's not a cheater drug. Like you're not just gonna like take it and be like, like nerves of steel, right? But
it's a part of a lifestyle that kind of where you have to work it into your lifestyle. It's not a take it and go thing.
Well, that's what I think. Like if you're gonna use CBD, like let's just be honest. Why do you want it CBD? We want it to feel better, right? So like that accompanied with some like square breathing and a healthy diet and a good night's rest the night before and waking up and having a routine going into the tournament, like that is success, not just like a couple drops of CBD. I'm about to go rock it out. I've done
limitless pill,
yeah, the limitless dropper.
I think that's cocaine. I think that's mostly cocaine for most folks. I don't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know either. Yeah. But no, back to Hempfield Botanicals, the real shit. It's good stuff. I've dabbled in CBD. I've had like the Green Road stuff. I'm gonna try this Hempfield stuff because everyone's on it. It seems like the best brand, and they're doing all the testing right and all that stuff. I'm sure, right?
They're extremely legitimate. People
are still weird about that. I'm not weird about it. I get it. If they sell it in the store, it's got insurance, I'm fine. But like, there are some older folks out there who probably benefit from CBD who aren't hearing enough. Like, no, it's fine. Like, go for it.
Yeah, take my grandparents for example.
My dad's doing it. My dad's on it. Yeah.
Yeah, they probably wouldn't take it, and I've been a huge advocate of using it. So hey, you know what? Different strokes for different folks. Sometimes people just they can. It's not about the CBD; it's about the routine. So if you got something that works for you, then by all means. But CBD is great. I love it.
Yeah, some people drink decaf every day, and that's part of their routine. Think of it like that,
Yeah, it could just be a placebo effect for some people.
Sure, I mean that's an effect. Hey, but you do have a code you can give people to get a discount there, right?
Yeah. I believe. I'm sorry, that caught me completely off guard.
I got you. It's Phil Bart 10. I looked it up.
I was pretty sure it's Phil Bart 10. I didn't want to. I didn't want to say it's Phil Bart 10 all lowercase. Maybe.
I don't know. Yeah.
No, I'm pretty sure it's Phil Bart 10, and you looked it up, so now you know.
I did. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be case sensitive because I didn't do that, but
no.
I think that's gonna work.
10% off CBD, please go for it. I mean, it shows them, boom, Hempfield. It shows them that I'm spreading the word, and you get a great product at a great price, so why not?
Nice. All right, cool.
So you are the newest instructor for the Scott Stokely method. How did you guys hook up? Is there something you've always wanted to do, and this was just the time?
That's me, boys. Sorry about that.
Sorry.
My girlfriend said, "Man, leave me alone."
Everyone's like scrambling for the keyboard. Yeah.
So yeah, how did that story? That's a good story. we linked up when I was about 2 years ago, I believe. I heard about Scott Stokely coming into Raleigh. And so then a year went by, and then I was with Sam Hassel, who a former agent of mine, who has worked with Stokely quite a bit. The guy that got Paul his $4 million contract, so on and so on. So he told me Scott's coming to town, and at first thought I was like, that's horrible news, because everyone loves Scott Stokely, and I don't care who you love, if you love me or not, like, it's Scott Stokely, right?
Scott Stokely, yeah, he's the guy who invented the sidearm.
The guy who invented a lot. I don't even. I know we're not even going to go down the rabbit hole because, oh man, I've had such good experiences with him. Amazing stories, and maybe I can share a couple. But so anyway,
for sure, yeah, we will definitely have some fun time because he's been on the show twice and he's a riot.
Yeah, he's a riot in real life, and he's So we let's see. He comes into Raleigh. He says that he's working with the disc golf kid, Luke Callahan. Great kid. Have him on the show, by the way. He's
Luke Callahan?
Yeah, disc golf kid. He's YouTube personality, Team Underground member. He's awesome. I love that kid. I took him all the way to Utah this year for Worlds. He actually caddied for me.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, he literally took a video of the shot and put it on YouTube. Yeah, I mean, like it was insane. So
I wrote him down. We're gonna get him.
Total ADD here.
That's this show, man. That's not
good. He comes into town. He's working with Callahan boy. I'm giving a lesson in the field. He walks up to me and he's like, "Would you mind if I, watched you teach a lesson?" And I was like, "Man, this guy is just, what's his angle? Like, what is he trying to get out of this?"
He's taking notes, yeah.
Yeah. Like, I mean, maybe, right? So he watches the lesson. He's great. Like, I'm just trying to do my best. He's there watching. And so anyways, he starts hitting me up and telling me about the method and what it is and how he's like really interested in, there's thousands of people out there, and he was, he chose me to be able to be the ambassador of the method and disc golf. And,
is it just you and him doing it right now, right?
Currently, that is the two of us doing it. I'm sure that we're working on finding more people. I don't know that information like too in depth, but anyone that can teach the method, understand disc golf at a high level, that has a great ambassador mentality, and is good with people, like, by all means, it's a great life to be a part of. I've been super blessed, and Stokely's just amazing. I mean, seriously.
Dude is a legend.
Yeah, I really appreciate him.
Yeah,
but yeah, so that's how it got started. And then we a couple months went by. I studied with him. Showed up to like 7 of his seminars, like just basically taking down notes. First thing he said to me was 95% of this disc golf stuff, he's like, we already agree on. He's like, everything you say, everything I say is all the same. He's like, I just want you to say it in this way. He's like, because this is the method that we're going to use to teach 6 people how to do backhand, forehand, putting, utility shots, rollers in 8 to 9 hours.
Yeah. What do you think? What do you think Scott saw? I mean, he watched you teach, obviously, but like, he plucked you out of thin air almost. Was there something that you think made him see you and go, yeah, you're the guy? Is it your natural teaching ability? Is it the way you were? I mean, what?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's all of what you're about to say, because it is a natural teaching ability, and by natural teaching ability, I just mean the caring, kill them with kindness type attitude I bring to the table. I don't care.
Mother every problem with a hug, right?
Right. Yeah. Very nurturing. I really care about people and their game. I go out of my way to show the impact that I'm willing to make. My 8-hour seminars are 12 hours long. My lessons always go half an hour long. Like, and business wise, that's a terrible thing, but my heart's bigger than my brain when it comes to that type of stuff. So that was one really big piece. The other piece is I have really good form and I really understand disc golf. So when you look good, when you throw good, when you know what you're talking about and you care that much about just one certain thing and people, I think right there, that's the whole package. That's me. And that's why I can suck at disc golf all year. Suck, right? And Discraft still looks at me and says they love me and that I'm family,
And you say that, but you've got a first, a second, you've got a ton of thirds, ton of fourths, ton of fifths, or a couple of fifths, a couple of sixths. Yeah, you didn't do too bad this year. Your year was not bad.
Yeah. And like from what I would have, I guess it's my, looking from the outside in, the glass half full type thing. You're right. It wasn't that bad. Would I like to win more small tournaments? Of course.
Sure.
Would I like to place higher at Disc Golf Pro Tour tournaments? Of course. But, I'm 26 right now, and I don't see myself slowing down for the next 10 years. So
yeah, the ceiling is very high.
Yeah, I really truly believe that. And yeah, I'm looking forward to disc golf in the future because knowledge wise, I just think I'm there. And I my handicap has been my physical ability, which has usually been the shining piece of my armor. The mental side was horrible. so it's flipped, and it's just bizarre to be in this position because I'm here, but I have fallen back behind. So it's just makes me hungry, man.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Nice. And thirsty.
Yeah. Drink up, buddy. We got a bunch more questions for you still.
So I've heard the clinics are a little more intense than your normal clinic because you're trying to get a lot of information fast. Could you walk us through like a typical seminar or a typical
Absolutely.
clinic?
Absolutely. I would love to. Let me get 1 second. I'm going to pull something up for you all.
Okay.
Well, let's see what I'm going to show you.
Are you you can actually screen share through this app now?
Gotcha.
I don't even know how to do
And
that.
I'll tell you why right now. I'm gonna show you very quickly. Scroll through all of the information that I wrote down attending 7 Scott Stokely seminars.
Okay. Oh, you just want to see? I want to see this. Okay, yeah.
So this is the information that you're gonna receive at a seminar. Okay, in one day. It's a lot of stuff. All right.
Yeah.
And so, and it like, I mean, come on, right? It just keeps going.
Yeah.
So that, like you said, I'm going to use a different word. I'm not going to say intense because the way that we approach it, it's not intense feeling. It is a long day for sure. But it is a lot of information. But the way that it is instructed is very simple, step-by-step processes, certain things that we're looking for in certain people's form, teaching a certain way that is very easy to understand. We're not asking a lot. We're asking actually the bare minimum of people because that's all it takes to actually execute a good throw. So, I mean, in the nutshell, disc golf in general, reduce variables, bring it down to the most basic thing. You're going to have a better result than trying to be Ricky Wasaki, Paul Macbeth, emulating all those micro movements that they do because they do those micro movements. But if you just look at everything from a variable standpoint, where are their hips at? Where's their arm at? Where, how do they set the shot up? It's all the same almost.
Yep.
So to walk you through a day of a seminar, get there 8 a.m. Yep. And start the day. We kind of get to know everybody. I at least for me, especially Scott does this too, but I like to feel everybody out, see, what's their disc golf history, how long have they been playing for, what are their aspirations, just try to feel people out. How hard do I need to push this guy today?
Yeah.
Type deal. Seriously.
This dude hungover? Like, what's happening here? Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Start out with backhand. Usually would do that for like 3 or 4 hours. And this is why my clinics go way too long.
Mm-hmm.
So after that, usually we'll do putting. Putting is very simple. It's not very hard. Cody, we're gonna get that lady taken care of. It's just simple. So we teach the most simple things. Does it take a while to make sure everyone's doing the right thing? Is it hard to control your body? For sure. So those are things that I take a lot of patience with. And so say we've got 6 people there. I'm going to have 3 people go and throw in the field while I'm giving the other 3 the putting. I'll give everyone all the information, and then I'll work with 3 people, and I'll have the other 3 people. I'll say, you know what, you guys go work on your throw. And then when they come back in, vice versa. And then we just keep checking up on people. So say there's 5 steps that I have you do for a correct backhand, 5 certain things that we're looking for to make sure that you execute the shot well. If you're already doing 2 of those things, what do you have to learn? You have to learn 3 things in one day. That is doable. That is achievable. That is what the method's all about. And same thing with putting, and same thing with forehand. So we'll spend 2 hours on putting, another 3 or 4 hours on sidearm. And then at the end of the day, we usually shoot like an hour-long video showing the progress we made. And we do like an hour for utility shots. That's about 10 or 12 hours right there.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Hour lunch.
It's very much it's almost like summer camp in a day kind of thing.
Yeah, it really is. And honestly, for the price, it's not that bad.
Do you want to say the price on the air or no?
Of course, yeah. So it's $300 for the day.
Okay.
We pay for lunch. I think the one thing that someone said to me was, a plumber doesn't come to your house for less than $500 a day. Why would you go and spend a whole day with somebody and not expect $300? I was like, okay, well, that's one way to look at it. Yeah. But what I see it as is $300 for a lifetime of information.
Yeah, that's you're gonna buy 3 grip bags. That's $700 right there.
Yeah. And I give my personal phone number out to every single person that comes to a seminar, and I plead with people to reach out to me and send me updates to see how they're doing. And I keep giving them my time, even when they're gone, because like I said, like that's my passion. I care about people.
A little bit more mentorship in a way. It's almost, the intimate's a weird word for it, but it is kind of an intimate.
It's a very intimate process to help someone grow in their game, just like anything, Yeah. And I think that's how I found my passion, because I've had proteges all my life. After I was the protege, I started taking on kids, that were like, I was 21 and they were 14, and it was just met at Kentwood, and now he's 19 and I'm 26, and it's just hilarious now.
Ethan kid who chimed in earlier, right?
What's that? So Ethan's one. Yeah, I just met Ethan last week, and Tucker Trivet. Oh man, there's so many kids that I worked with. Luke Callahan was one kid. But yeah, I've always, that's how I found my passion. And then, most people that buy lessons nowadays are kind of like the older crowd. So,
the pound bag 890 rated.
Yeah. Which is great, because they look cool doing it. So
I'm style points, dude. As soon as they count style points, I'm going to win a lot more tournaments.
Dude, I'm telling you, see, I wore these tonight. I'm already going into the weekend with style points.
Exactly.
So how can folks find out about these clinics?
Yeah. So if you look up scottstokely.net, I believe, it'll take you to a page there. All of his seminars will be on that page. And you'll find me under there as one of the instructors. I've got my own little page on that website. And yeah, it's very, very straightforward. It'll show the dates that I have, and you can literally just sign up on that website. It takes you to a separate page, and yeah, you pay, and then you're signed up, and you'll receive a bunch of emails from Scott Stokely giving information to you and a place and a time, and I'll be there when you get there.
Nice.
Good job spelling it right, Adam.
I'm not what?
I said good job spelling it correctly.
Oh God! The first time Scott was on the show, I spelled his last name wrong. On the chyron at the bottom, where it's like, It was like our first big guest too. It was not a good look. Not a good look.
So Scott's jumping back in the tour next year. How do you think he does?
I think he does really well. Scott and I had a conversation the other day. I cannot disclose too many personal details about the conversation, but what I want to tell everybody is watch out.
Okay. I like that.
For real.
Watch out. Just you got to point at the camera just to watch out.
Yeah, he's got a 6-pack. He throws far. He putts well. He's smart. He understands golf. He's not going out there to win. He's going out there to play well. Yeah. So when you have a guy with that type of repertoire in his bag and the mental game, and let's be honest, what does Scott Stokely have to lose?
0%. He's going to end up doing commentaries. He's the best commentator they ever had. They just haven't seen him yet. He's going to be out on the course just chirping, and somebody's going to go, get that guy in the booth in 10 years. Like when he's done on this run, get him in the booth.
Yep. Yeah, I agree. He can do anything he wants, man. He's been so successful in his life. Definitely. I said the other day, I was like, man, I want to just grow up to be like Scott Stokely.
Yeah. I hate that your podcast turned into like, let's talk about Scott Stokely podcast. But I mean, you're almost partnering on this stuff now.
And me and him are 100% business partners, you know, and like, I can't say enough good things about him. So it's like, why would we not, you know, keep throwing, you know, little hearts at Scott Stokely. I know you're watching, Scott.
Ding, ding. He shared it today too. He shared the link and everything. I was appreciative for that. Yeah. I do want to ask, I want to go back to a couple of questions on the method too. You guys are doing, it sounds like a lot of mechanics, but any mental game stuff in there as well? Because Scott seems like a smart golfer.
Yes. So we all day, we're preaching our philosophies on disc golf, tying in real world experiences with the mechanical side of it. And that's how it takes so long, because we're constantly sprinkling in. And that's what a lot of that information is awesome stories from real life scenarios describing why you do a certain thing for certain shots because of
there I was 88 behind the tree at daylight.
Literally.
I had this to get Ron Rivera off my, you know, whoever Ron was off.
That sounded like a Ken Climo story.
It did. I only do a Climo impression. I can't do a impression. Yeah.
I love the Iron Leaf, man. If you've ever seen that on YouTube.
Oh, Barsby? Yeah.
Barsby does a great Ken Climo impression.
This is the champ, and you're watching Spin TV. Like,
yeah. You do a really good impression.
Oh, don't tell me that. They're all the same discs too. It's funny. Yeah.
So, sorry. What was the we're talking about mental.
You do some mental stuff in there,
yeah, and a lunch. The whole lunch that we do is all time, like just, you know, basically, experience advice, tournament advice. You know, literally, you know, if you need advice with you and your girlfriend, whatever, everything piece of advice you can get. And the greatest thing about the method, and this is what me and Scott say at the beginning of every method, you know, if you get hurt while you're there, you know, we've got better than insurance, right? We just like don't have any assets. So like sue us, right?
Yeah, just like I'll go bankrupt again. Whatever. I don't care.
Yeah, we don't have anything. I mean, so you know, no, but seriously, it's all in good fun. We like to have a good time, and that's what I'm trying to say. It's like
do you have any like any crazy miraculous like something clicks so hard stories? Like, can you give us like a results story that might inspire someone to be like, yes, this is for me?
Yeah, of course. We've had a lot of those, and a lot of those. This is what I preach in my lessons all the time and seminars too. But the magic never usually happens that day.
Right.
Now you give me a 17-year-old that's been throwing for a year, maybe kind of half jacked up. I will have him throwing 400 plus feet that day.
Just give me a gangly kid with some shoulders and
sure, literally, absolutely. I had one guy. We got to the forehand segment, and his forehand was like 100 feet tops. I mean, he was ripping it, and it was going 100 feet. And we were just looking at each other. We're like, that's so weird.
Spinning it too hard? Like, what's that?
Yeah. The weirdest thing, I looked at his fingers and like, they were like that on the disc, right?
Oh, like,
right. Like we're talking about the simplest thing. And I literally was like, dude, put the fingers on the rim, stack the fingers, tight grip, right? Give it a firm grip. All of a sudden he was throwing, and we're talking about a 58-year-old guy, right? He's throwing 250 feet. First try, right? First try, never thrown a forehand over 100 feet, and then 150-foot gain in literally 1 second. You know, and
that dude had to like sit for a minute and be like, oh man.
But the thing is, the smiles that you get from that, and like the joy that you receive from someone, like literally, like it's an experience. Like the first time you ace, it feels like that.
Yeah.
You know, and there's a lot of frustration with learning too. So I can sympathize for that. But yeah, man, when you see it happen and you like hear that disc snap out of somebody's hand and they're like I felt it, you know, that's the joy that I look forward to every day.
They feel the ball roll over in the right spot. It's that weird, like, you can almost feel it every now and then. That's the best shot I've thrown in 10 years. There it was, kind of thing. I think it's crazy that disc golf's big enough now that there's a market for an all-day clinic. You know what I mean? Like this is an intense as such. It's going to be overused in this podcast, but like it's an immersive experience, and the fact that there's even a market for that is a testament to how big disc golf has gotten, right?
Agreed.
And so, and you've been out there, you played some of these tour things and stuff. The DGPT taking over the national tour, is this the right time and the right place for that move?
Yes. Yeah. Yes, definitely. I think that the PDGA has so much on their plate that they need to be able to focus on, that letting the Disc Golf Pro Tour, right, because they are the people that run, 12 or 18 or however many events a year, right? They're
enough of them. Yeah.
It's their bread and butter, right? They know how to do it. They set it up. They run it well. They've got the money, right? Like they do everything the right way. You know, why not let them take over the biggest tour in disc golf, the national tour, right? Because the Disc Golf Pro Tour and the national tour, they compete, but now they're just they're one thing. Yeah. Great. I think that was an amazing move in disc golf.
Now that presumably we're going to say the PDGA now has resources that were tied up in the national tour that can be used elsewhere. Where do they need to put those resources, those people, and that money?
Wow, that is a great question.
My theory, I'll tell you my theory. It's course development, because we're getting to the point now where courses are so packed, other park users are complaining. So we need more courses to expand, to keep the growth from turning us into skate rats. I'm afraid we're going to be looked at like skate rats at some point.
Oh, we already
skateboard kids, right?
Yeah, we already are.
Well, right. So we have less courses, more people. It's not good.
Yeah, no, I think the professionalizing the whole thing is one thing, and by professionalizing, I don't mean like just your attire. I love Kevin Jones and the way he dresses. He's got
Chris Dickerson with his
right with the t-shirts that got all the great designs on them. So I think making the sport a little more legitimate. Some of my personal, they're not complaints, but like the things that happened to me that I would see that the PDGA could maybe not invest money in, but persuade tournament directors to take it a little more seriously. Okay. Nothing but love for all the tournament directors out there that put their blood, sweat, and tears into tournaments, right? But it's got to be run professionally. It has to be smart. I think we need to have a little bit better rule set. And I think we can invest some money and time into being able to train tournament directors more efficiently, so that when they have experiences, sometimes you got an assistant TD that's got more experience than the TD. And so the tournament director's like, I don't know, ask that guy. It's like, that's the wrong answer.
Right.
The tournament director should be the end all be all in those conversations, but as well as, the course design. And I think they're doing the right thing in a lot of places with trying to get the kids involved and going into schools, the EDGE program and everything like that. So I think they've got plenty of stuff to spend the money on, and I'm just looking forward to seeing them do the right thing.
Yeah, I think we had talked about it months preceding this. We're kind of like, man, is it time for it to be the Pro Tour and the PDGA? Yeah. Like, is it time to be the pros? The pros are in this bubble over here, and the PDGA. And most of the people we talked to were like, honestly, the DGPT has got a little more capital behind it. It's the PDGA being a nonprofit was handcuffing it a little bit, because they couldn't go buy a satellite truck. They couldn't go buy cameras. Those things make money, and then that's more accounting for them to try to get rid of it, since they're a 501c4 or whatever they are. So the DGPT being a company can do that, and they have a little more like capitalistic leeway to do what they want to do because of it, I think. So that's a good move on that. And the pros sell the discs, the pros sell the subscriptions. The pros are generating the money, the amateurs are generating a different, I like the move. I like it. So
on that topic, pros and amateurs, let's try to get pros and amateurs playing different tee pads at tournaments.
Yeah.
Because professional ratings, I am just being completely honest, is an important thing. And I'm not saying that I'm not going to go out and shred it this weekend at Forest Hills, but I'm going to be competing against everyone's scores. And when there's 3,000 rated players at this tournament, and you've got, every single amateur playing the tournament as well. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I've had some good results out at Forest Hills playing the same layout, but I think that the Disc Golf Pro Tour made a great decision this year of having men's and women's tees, just because it makes the game more fun, better to watch, more competitive.
And it gives the women, a lot of these courses are not designed with women in mind, so it gives a woman forward designer or a woman designer to be able to go in and say, this makes sense for us. Nobody looked at this before. This is what makes sense for us. Let's just dig this out and put a pad here real quick.
Yes, and that's what it needs to be. And women are just as important as men in this sport, and we need to keep growing the sport in every way we can.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that's all I got on that.
The girls have been super badass this year. Like, they've been very outspoken, and they've said, you know what, we're out here doing this thing, and you're not paying us as much, but we're driving as far, we're spending as much money on food and gas. Can we at least get the courses where they're supposed to be, right?
I mean, come on.
Let's help them out. That's what we're supposed to be doing. So yeah.
Yeah, and then they got a lot more money this year in sponsorships with the big deal. Big
and
deal.
The commensurate payments were awesome. Like at USCGC and Throw Pink and stuff. Like, the fact that they were making the same amount of money was awesome. I'm like, yeah, why not? Why wouldn't they?
Yeah, I mean, we're both getting paid a ton of money. It's great. Like, let's do it again next year.
Yeah, exactly.
So do you think we're in the golden age of disc golf, or can it only go up from here?
Obviously everything in life has ups and downs, right? You're going to see that change with just life in general, but I think we're coming into the golden age of disc golf.
Yeah.
So hear me out.
Yeah.
Most people that get into disc golf stay in the sport for roughly 5-ish years. And people will come in and they come out, right?
Yeah.
So we've got we're 1 year into the kids that all the 100,000 plus people, maybe 500,000 people that picked up disc golf last year. In the next 4 years, that is going to keep growing, because they're going to keep telling their friends, they're going to sign up for PDGA memberships. Like, I think the snowball effect has already started. And I think the next 5 years, the way that the Disc Golf Pro Tour is doing it, coverage, amateurs that are coming up, we're in the golden age, but it's still 5 years ahead of us, I think.
We're like the Rockefellers, or the guys making the railroads, and we're just waiting for America to get like super huge right now. We're just like, let's build the road so they can fly above it, and kind of thing. It's coming. That was a little poetic, I guess.
No. Preach, man, preach.
I don't know. I was a big skateboarder growing up, and I see a lot of parallels between skateboards' ascension into the pop culture and disc golf's. And I think we're at like mid '90s skateboard right now. I think we're like Shorty's era, Chad Muska. That's like Birdhouse. When Tony Hawk almost popped, we're like underneath. We're right before Tony Hawk's Pro Skater right now. Something's gonna to light that fuse, and then it's gonna be. Then we're gonna have a lot of people fighting over like who was here first. It's gonna happen. It's gonna get ugly. There's gonna be a lot of like poser culture wars kind of thing. It's already starting. That's already starting a little bit.
Yeah, I was gonna say the 850-pound guy is already out there, dude.
Dude, yeah, there's already that. I mean, that's
and there's nothing wrong with that guy, but
sure. Yeah, I mean, but I'm saying there's going to be this weird war about it, because like you've got your goody two shoes guys, you've got and it kind of leads to my next question. So the way skateboarding developed and these alternative sports generally develop as the player sells all the product. If the player's name's on it, it sells 6 times as much as if it's not on it, right? It's a personality-driven sport in that sense. And you, as a guy who puts his name on discs, your livelihood at some point comes from royalties from whatever you put your name on, right?
Yeah, 100%. And
so my question is, so Infinite put up their applications for Infinite, Team Infinite, and it had a thing, and there's like, we don't want you cussing, we don't want you talking about controversial subjects online, any of that stuff. Does that kind of chop off a player's ability to be expressive? Like Drew Gibson, for example, who is, there, he says some funny stuff online sometimes. He gets himself into trouble sometimes, but that's why people buy his discs to some extent.
I mean, Drew Gibson's what they call the bad boy of disc golf or something.
I mean, compared to,
I think I've heard that.
Right. And so
somebody at AltaWord wrote that down. Yeah, for sure.
Like, is he a bad boy? Like, what's a bad boy anyways, right? Like,
Frisbee golf.
He's got some tattoos, right? he's got a
The
good
haters. You get like the hater stuff on Twitter, and
right. But like at the end of the day, he's a nice guy.
Oh yeah,
he is a phenomenal disc golfer, and he knows how to sell stuff. Like there's something to be said about being able to be marketable and knowing what to talk about. Now, let's be honest. Let's change it to fight game. Conor McGregor, right? If that was disc golf, way too far, right?
Way too far for disc golf.
But there's got to be an edgy guy in disc golf, right?
Yeah.
Should the company tell you what's too edgy though?
I don't think the companies are really like, so with Discraft, I mean,
you've got a lot of loud people on Discraft who move the industry quite a bit, and you're in a unique position because of that.
Yeah, Discraft's super laid back. Obviously,
yeah.
I'm not going on Facebook starting Facebook wars.
And I also I don't mean this as a diss to Discraft, but they've also had to deal with like Ultimate players for a long time.
Yeah.
And Ultimate players have been very outspoken on a lot of things prior to those things becoming mainstream topics. So Discraft is probably a little desensitized to outspoken athletes.
Yeah, for sure. And so like we're in 2021, man. I don't care who you are, what you are. Like it is a different time, and you have to be very careful about voicing what you think, because you need to be correct.
On the right side of humanity on some of these issues. Yeah.
You can get canceled, man.
I mean, honestly, it makes it easier if a lot of people self-cancel. They say, I've been canceled. No, you self-canceled. You hit the button. You tweet.
Exactly. You know what? If I'm like from the South, right? So
it's the ejector button.
Don't hit the ejector button. Just be a good person. Have morals. Like just live your life like you're trying to help your neighbor or something. Like, come on.
People like you do unto others, guys.
As others would do unto you.
There it is.
Straight out of the book, man. Like, it's not that hard. So, yeah, that's my philosophy.
So do you think disc golf is less healthy as it was when you first started, and it was kind of more of a family touring together, or you think it's about the same?
It's still a family, man. Like there's a reason I'm still in it almost 15 years later. Like it's a family 100%. All my girlfriend says it all the time. She's like, you have so many friends. Like, every single person I meet becomes a friend, and the ability to network inside of that friend group and the support, if I have a plumbing issue, I have a friend that takes care of that. Yeah. If I have to build a house, I have a friend that takes care of that. Buy a house, community. Fix the car, right? Like it's a community, and like when every single one of them has a disc golf problem, they got me, right? So and that's what friendships are for. But like that's what friendships develop into is like helping each other out.
So we've had Courtney and Kevin McCoy on a whole bunch, and they've always been like, there was this family a long time ago, and we toured together, and you'd see someone stuck on the side of the road. You knew it was them. You stopped, and they said they were worried it was going away. And some other of the older folks, mentioned that. Yeah.
Yeah, because on tour, even this year, I'm not like the biggest tour guy or anything, but I got straight out to Utah, and then everyone literally like took me in at the campsite I came to, and then I didn't hardly like Luke Sampson. I didn't even know the guy before I got there. By the time we left, we were great friends, and we've been hanging out all year. So
hell yeah, we'll see that's what it's supposed to be. I mean, most of my friends now, not most of them, but a lot of my friends now are disc golf friends. I mean, that's what this is,
Yeah, and everyone's so different in it too. Like it's literally like they're disc golf friends, but like if you like got everybody like lined up, it'd be like everybody's so different, right? Like walks of life to like whatever you want to say. It's everyone's so different, but all comes together, and that's what family's about, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's no better way to explain family is like, hey, we're not all the same, but we all like each other no matter what.
Yeah.
Like Fast and Furious.
Hell yeah. I want to ask you, I think we may have asked you this last time, but the answer may have changed. If you had the keys to the Discraft factory for the night, what are you going to make? What Frankenstein-y thing are you doing?
Cool. Right. Let's see. So, oh man, I was thinking about this today. Discraft hooked me up. Paul Ulibarri came out with his CT Challengers, copied me, because I've been using them for like 4 years now.
Somebody tag Ulibarri in the comments.
Dude, I have been on the Orange Challenger since the day I picked up Discraft, and it's been 4 years now almost, and I'm still using them. And I want my own CT Challenger so bad. I want something stiff and glidey and sexy, just like all the CT Challengers I putt with right now. That's what I would do, as well as and now we're gonna start. I'm not marketing for anyone.
How would you feel if they made one but they printed Janice on it?
Janice.
I'm kidding. I can't make that joke. Take it back. I redact it. I redact that joke.
Okay, redacted. Yes, I would take that.
Sorry.
Whatever they give me, I will take. Yeah, and like maybe dude, bring the tracker back.
Oh, everyone loves it. Anyone who ever threw a tracker.
Bring the XS back, man. Those are some good discs. And also, like, I need some more flat ESP Undertakers.
Flat though. Yeah.
Well, the flat ones are usually a little more understable, in my opinion. Not all of them. Some have been pretty overstable, but I've had a few that were just like, they just pop up the flat and they like the ride a little bit. And I don't know. I've got a few, but I would love to have 50.
All right. 50 of them. That's good. There you go.
I'd buy
them. That's pretty much all I would do. Everything else is already like solid.
Yeah. You're like, yeah, the rest of the lineup is absolutely perfect.
Yeah, I mean, like maybe we make a Comet that's like a smaller diameter, just a little bit, and like more like comfortable in the hand. I'm not saying it's like another disc that I've thrown in the past at all. Definitely not. But something.
Read between the lines, folks.
Yeah, something that's like understable, has a bead.
Has a bead.
You can throw it, pick them up off the ground.
Big, could be small.
They could be big boulders, turn into them. That's not what I'm saying, but
But it is what you're saying, sort of.
The Comet's been great, but I've like found myself throwing more understable buzzes recently, and the buzz is a little more comfortable in the hand. So I'm like, you know what? I think I'm gonna like start bagging the buzz almost over the Comet, which is bizarre. I guess for how long I've been throwing it.
It's really, there's nobody in the world that has a buzz and a rock in their bag ever. You can't have both. It just doesn't work.
Well, you wouldn't have a rock or a Comet in the bag at the same time too, right?
I guess, yeah, because you will have 7 rocks, and one of them is a Comet, and one of them is a buzz, and one of them is a whatever, and one of them is a whatever. It's like having 6 different shades of like flesh-colored Crayola. You know what I mean? That's what it is.
Yeah, I only have one Crayola, and it's flesh colored.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah. What's this? Brandon Kuhn, anyone remember the Discraft MRV?
There it is. That's the disc I'm talking about, because the MRV was not a clone of a certain disc that Discraft tried to make. Definitely not.
Definitely not. But
or maybe it was the MRX. It might have been the MRX that we're talking about.
Okay.
But it was a very similar to the Rock, the non-Innova Rock.
Everyone's been trying to do it. I mean, it happens. We get it.
Yeah, and then they tried to, Innova tried to make a buzz.
I mean, there are 14 different destroyers made by 14 different companies. Really made by 12 different companies. There's 2 companies that make 2 destroyers each, but we were not going to talk about that.
Yeah, exactly. Someone said that to me the other day. They go, man, I really like the Scorpius because, it's like a less stable destroyer. And I was like,
it's like an Avery 2-line destroyer.
I was like, but they're all the same thing.
Literally, I think Greg Barsby literally says it's between a 2-line and a 3-line destroyer is what the Scorpius is. Or not 2-line, 3-line. So Avery 2-line, Avery 3-line. He says right there in the old. It's like an old Avery mold. Yeah.
See, to some people, you're speaking complete gibberish.
Oh, I know, dude. I can't imagine. My parents used to watch the show for like 2 weeks. I'm like, how do they even know? They're like, oh, my son has an internet show, and I'm like, this is not going to last. They're going to watch 2 episodes and be like, I don't speak this. Yeah.
Or you pick it up. You got to learn the language.
Yeah, you really do. You really do. Sorry, that was long.
So there's been Vanessa Van Dyken buzzes are pretty understable. They're pretty sweet.
See, the buzz or the meteor?
No buzz?
Yeah, the buzz is pretty understable.
Oh.
Right out of the box. I threw it. I was super impressed.
See, I could get down with that. That's like a Drew Gibson special. He's been throwing that like super beat up one.
Yeah.
That thing, dude, he throws that buzz really well. I've got one in my room right now. I'm about to break back out. It's like super understable, real glidey. Oh, he's got it.
Oh, he's going to get it right now. I'm going to take him out until he comes back with it, but that's good. Okay, it was just Halloween, so I'm going to have to ask you. This is a hot take right here. Kit Kats or Reese's peanut butter cups?
Wow, I like both of them.
Yeah, me too. I usually eat one of each.
Yeah, I know. I'd eat them at like the same time, like a bite and a bite and a bite.
Yeah.
So honestly, like I love candy. So you're like really.
I love that this is the hardest question tonight.
This is easily the hardest question of all night. Milky Way. No, I'm just kidding.
Shit.
Yeah, I think I'd go with Reese's Pieces. I used to do that. Like I used to replay the commercial all the time and like do it to myself where like you'd get the Reese's, like take a bite and be like, you'd like throw it around the room and it was like an OG Reese's commercial.
You got to punch out the hole in the middle.
Dude,
dude.
Yeah. See, you guys know.
I remember doing that in high school. Like, I'm going to get it out perfect this time.
Has your celebrity doubles partner changed since you last answered?
I don't remember who I said. Wait. I remember. It was Tom Hardy, wasn't it?
I think so.
Yeah.
Bane. We did a bunch of bad Bane impressions.
Yeah. God. Yeah, maybe. Actually, what's her name? Who's the girl that is and this is just to spite my girlfriend a little bit.
Don't bring us into this mess, Philip. Don't do it.
What's the girl who does Wonder Woman?
Gal Gadot.
Gal Gadot. I'll take her as my doubles partner.
Gotcha.
Every single time we talk about that topic, it's like, but there's Gal Gadot.
Yeah, Gal Gadot is. I've heard bad thing. I've heard she's not fun to work with. I've heard a bad thing. I heard she was not nice.
Yeah, well, if I had to have
it's a bummer.
If I had to have a mixed doubles partner, I'd go with Gal Gadot.
That's a good one. That's good.
Tom Hardy.
What's your guilty pleasure song? Like, what song do you listen to when no one's in the car?
And please tell me it's like Miley Cyrus.
Cody, you heard it the other day. I played it for what's his name, John, when he was giving me a hard time about music. No, I didn't do that. I played it for my buddy the other day. Can I play music on this?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
10 seconds.
For a second. It's by Pink.
Yeah.
Glory and Sunshine.
I love it.
Hell yeah.
I heard it on a remix, and like he mixed it up with this dope song, and I was like, "Oh, that slaps!" And so I put the actual song on, and I was like, "This is sad."
I want to take a nap and cry.
So I did, and then I really like it now.
Yeah, you can play whatever you want on the show. You can play whatever you want on the show now because we actually got a copyright complaint. The song we used in one of our commercials, it was free when we used it, and then a rapper bought it. And so now we can't use it anymore.
Damn, you should have bought it. We could have sold it.
I didn't know. I mean, I wasn't going to buy it for a 2-month running commercial. I was like, nah. So now we're not monetized till the new commercial comes out. So
fair enough.
So Conrad's the world champ. Paul takes USDGC. Queen shocks the world. Is Ricky still the best golfer in the world?
Wow, great question. I think Ricky is one of the hardest working disc golfers in the world. I think that's why he's constantly up at the top. I'm always impressed by Paul McBeth's ability to be omnipotent, it seems, to where he's literally in like 10 places at once. But let me tell you, Paul McBeth is the best disc golfer in the world. When he shows up and when he puts the time in, nobody can beat him.
He can be on the 4th card and the lead's not safe. I know that.
That was Paul's thing too. Like for people that don't know about Paul McBeat, like beast mode that didn't initiate at first round 1 and 2. Beast mode was round 2 through 5 or 7 or whatever it was when Worlds was back in the day.
Oh yeah.
So
that whole like 2015 to 2018 run, that's all it was. He was on 3rd card and then he won the tournament.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, and Paul McBeth, I mean, I don't think some people realize this in 2012. I think that he like birdied some 27 out of the last 20 or 24 out of the last 27 holes he played to get his lead at Worlds that first World Championship. So like
that's crazy.
So I think that's Ricky Wysocki's up there. Of course, he's a hardworking guy, but I think Paul's a legend and he will be for a long time.
It's been a crazy year, right? I mean, this year's been everyone got to win something. It felt like a little bit.
Yeah,
that's what disc golf's all about. So like there's obviously a lot of opportunity for new players because one time there's so many people playing now that the skill level's coming up for one. And then for two, like people are doing more than just playing now. So it's hard to be the best player. And you got the people that just play, they're going to play good and they're going to win. Connor O'Reilly.
Are they a better hype man than me? I don't think so.
Nah, never.
That's my main focus now is just hype game.
You're killing it. You're killing it. What about for the FPO side though? Who's the best in the world?
Go ahead, Adam.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
You haven't talked enough this episode.
Oh God, I'll shut up. Go ahead. Joe.
I'm taking over. So, FPO player, like, so honestly,
Who wins next year? Who wins next year?
who wins next year in FPO? What are we talking about? Worlds?
Players a year.
Sure, either one.
Paige Pierce like is obviously a huge contender. I don't know. Haley King, man, she is something else. She's very smooth. She's got a great putt. I'm not sure how old Haley is, but give her some time.
Oh yeah.
Let her mature, right?
Adult Haley King scares me.
She's great now, but dude, when she's a little more seasoned, a little more just like comfortable in that skin, that moment, like I think she's gonna be a legend in this sport. For sure.
Yeah, for sure. She's incredible.
But yeah.
Cody's favorite question.
Oh, you want me to ask you, what's your cookout order? I've only been there once, is why he said that. I've only been to cookout once in my life.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he's an idiot. I know.
Well, a lot. I have eaten so much cookout in my life.
Yeah.
So, cookout order, big double burger. I will do everything that comes on it for free. So, like
out west style.
No. Yeah, not like that. So it's. I mean, I could literally spit it out. It's cheese, lettuce, onion, tomato, pickles, ketchup, mayonnaise, honey mustard. Add bacon if I'm feeling frisky. Fries sometimes with cheese on them. Honey mustard chicken wrap with a huge tea.
Okay, I'm gonna give you mine. Big double with cheese out west style, 2 beef quesadillas, 2 hot dogs, and a Coke.
They serve quesadillas?
So I add 2 hot dogs to my
big
tray.
flags. They serve quesadillas, chicken and beef.
Dude, I get 2 beefs. I'm just like, I want 2 beef quesadillas as my side. So I get a full paper plate.
One restaurant should not serve all of that.
Yes, they do. And they should start serving breakfast.
This guy, Redemption Disc Golf, that isn't healthy. Yeah, that's the point of cookout.
Yeah, another great sponsor of mine. Love you, Redemption Disc Golf. We're going to start calling it Redemption for eating whatever you want disc golf. So
the cheese quesadilla sauce is fantastic.
The cheese quesadilla sauce is fantastic. I will say that. Like, you could put that on most things at cookout and it would taste good. But mustard chicken wrap's the best for sure.
So if I go try cookout for the first time in, I don't know, 10, 12 years, what should I go tomorrow and get for lunch?
Okay, so if I was going to give you one real spicy order, I would say go and get a big double tray. Get it cheddar style, which is it's got sauteed onions, the
bacon
cheese,
and cheese,
nacho cheese, bacon, and then you can't go wrong with fries. But some people like onion rings, some people like hush puppies, so you kind of have to weigh that out.
Yeah, you can get hush puppies at a drive-through, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, honey mustard chicken wrap. Have to.
Bacon wrap's not bad, but the honey mustard chicken wrap is the one.
I really think that's the one. And then a huge tea, because it's like you either get one large drink or a huge tea, because they give you tea for less because we're in the South.
It's like a liter cola of tea. Yeah.
Literally. It's amazing. What was that question?
Not a large farva. Oh, he said
maybe
white cheddar cheese bites.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, those are good.
Yes.
And you dip them in the sauce. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You can dip them in whatever.
Right. I will let you know.
I want to say real quick, Cody tried to cut this question out. Cody
double.
wanted to cut this question out because he doesn't like cookout.
Right. Write down the order for me, Adam, and I'll get all of it. What everybody said is I will get all of it. I'll go live.
Yes, that's
so.
perfect.
Can I ask a question? Because now we're on food topic, and I gotta know.
You gotta know.
Yeah.
My girlfriend said that she's eaten Bojangles one time since she's been in the South.
Bojangles, yeah.
Bojangles. She's been here for almost 3 years.
That hurts my soul.
I know. Literally, I made her eat it yesterday because
Philip, do you call it Bojos? Everybody in Georgia calls it Bojos.
Never.
No, I'm in Georgia. We call it Bojangles.
Nobody calls it that up here. It's crazy.
Bojangles or Bojangles.
Yeah.
But anyways, is the biscuit too salty?
No.
Yeah.
You get the spicy chicken.
It can afford
No.
He could afford to be a little less salty.
You put honey.
Not much.
You get the honey package.
More salt on everything.
No, put the honey
Sodium.
on the salty biscuit, and you're good to go.
Yeah, no, it's
When
terrible.
you take a bite of their biscuit, the first thing you notice is it's salty.
Okay, so actually, I'm gonna Bojangles versus Biscuitville. Okay, Bojangles.
Oh, Marquise,
Bojangles.
I don't know if this is a diss. It's like, get a Bo Berry biscuit if you can't handle the salty biscuit.
There you go.
Yeah. I think Marquise just put you in your place.
Dude, yeah, he did.
I said a little bit.
I got a shout out to all my disc golfers in the Southeast. If you want a baller breakfast, pro tour level breakfast, go to Bojangles. Okay, hold on. Go to Bojangles and get two sides of bacon, of egg, and of cheese. Now, if you're on the road, unless you're like a super awesome human being and you wake up and you make food for yourself, morning a tournament, sometimes it's hard. You just grab it on the way. It's $4.80. It will fill you up until lunch, and it is every great tasting Bojangles ingredient minus the biscuit.
There you go. I'm a Popeyes man, but I fucks with the Bojangles when it's possible. So
I like Popeyes, dude. They're
it's right down the street. I'm going like a mile and a half away. So
Breakfast all day.
Breakfast all day. Okay, we've been doing something new since you came on the show last. It's called Dope or Nope, and so I'm going to ask you 6 things. You're going to tell me if they're dope or they're nope, but you don't get to explain your answers. You just have to leave them as be. All right. So dope or nope? People who make disc golf carts out of baby strollers.
dope.
Dope. Okay. Kentwood.
Dope.
Big dope. I'm going to double dope that. Visors.
Dope.
Dope. Announcing your hot takes before you say them.
Not dope.
Not dope. A disc golf cruise.
Dope.
Besides the pollution. Weekend disc golf camp.
Super dope. I'll be there.
I'm going to do 3. Okay. I'm going to put these up on the screen. This is it. You never get to explain these answers. This is in perpetuity. We now have blackmail on you. That's how this works. Dope or nope. Philip Bartholomew. Thank you very much, sir.
Oh, man. Philip, thanks for coming on the show, man. One of our last questions. Do you have any questions or advice for us for the second time?
Question. How do you guys stay looking so good every single time I see you?
Bigger sunglasses to cover all the wrinkles.
Fucking Goodwill, man.
Nice.
Yeah, that's Cody's. Cody decided he's going to be wacky jacket guy in the winter, and I'm really excited about it.
Right. Right.
$4.97 or whatever at Goodwill.
Dude, that's crazy. One piece of advice: never change. Be who you are. I love you guys.
Oh, that's sweet of you.
Thank you. We love you.
All right, bud. I'm gonna put you on the big screen. I want you to thank all your sponsors.
Before you put them on the big screen, good luck this weekend. I'll see you out there. Have fun. Wear your cleats. All that good stuff.
Definitely will. And this was no better time to do the podcast. It's precursor to the tournament.
Yeah.
Dalton McLean. I'm up 100 feet since the seminar on my backhand.
Love it. Yes, let's go, Dalton.
Yeah, buddy.
So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna win this weekend. Obviously, I came on the Frolfcenter podcast, so I can't not win. I made it here already. Obviously, massive thanks to Discraft, Hempfield Botanicals, Redemption Disc Golf, Pro Lock Collars, Fit Inspired Living. If you need some plastic in this area, check out Fit Inspired Living. Pro Lock Collars are great. If you haven't checked them out, look up their website. They're on Instagram. Hempfield Botanicals, super awesome physical and mental game. Let's get it on point. Discraft Disc Golfs, nobody makes it better disc than they do. I mean, that's pretty much all I got. Let's keep it real, let's keep it fun, and let's just keep playing disc golf.
Hell yeah, buddy. Will you come back on New Year's again if we do it?
Duh.
Duh. All right, buddy. Thanks a lot. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, brothers. Peace.
See you. Oh, hell yeah. That was a great one. Let me get us back on the regular screen so we don't look more important than each other. That was good. Sorry I talked so much. I did the last 4 shows by myself.
I know. I was gonna say that. I was gonna text you and be like, "You're not alone, buddy."
I know for the first time in 3 weeks, I've just not had me go oh my god, I know what I'm doing.
I felt like I was being interviewed too.
I'm gonna give a little backstage here. we're thinking about ditching the sunglasses kind of soon. Like we're
No,
thinking about
he is the only one. Maybe Austin is too. I have nothing to do with this conversation.
Anyway, they might go, but the problem is I have to go like screen to screen. I'm just afraid everyone's going to see me looking. And anyway, that's a little inside baseball. Do you want to go first? Or you want me to go first tonight?
I'll go first, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please just go over to YouTube. I know we had about 10 of y'all watching at the minimum, 8 to 10. There's 6 a couple times.
We were 13, bud.
Go over to YouTube, hit subscribe. It doesn't cost anything. It will only hurt your finger if you do it a lot. Please subscribe. Love all you. Bye.
Congratulations once again to the Atlanta Braves. That was kind of awesome. Love you guys too. We'll see you next week. We're not quite sure who the guest is next week. We're working on it. But 2 weeks from now, on the 18th, it's the return of someone from the PDGA Board of Directors. See you guys.
Shoppers, can I get a fucking oh yeah? Thank you.